If family financial freedom is something that you desire for your kids and your grandkids, then I want to share a couple of tips with you that have allowed me to build wealth for my family and provide my kids with the lifestyle of passive income, which allows them to be able to live a life that I wasn't able to when I was their age. And even better, also living a lifestyle where they're beginning to build wealth for themselves that will be passed down for generations to come. And if that's something that you're interested in, just continue to watch, and I'm going to share that in just a few minutes. We cannot tell our kids what to do. Meaning, so for me, I was in real estate for 30 years. I've been in real estate. I've made millions and millions of dollars in real estate. And I never said to my kids, oh, this is something you should be doing. In fact, I say it all the time, how there once was a time when I thought that all my kids, like I would die without them actually really knowing, how God's blessed me with, or being able to receive the wisdom that God's blessed me with over time in the real estate market that's allowed me to make millions and millions of dollars starting from less than zero. And the reason for that was because I never pushed them. What I've always done is I just lead by example. Just do it. But with traditional real estate, like they thought it was kind of cool because they knew Dad made a lot of money. But what they also saw was Dad was always working. So he was always working. Dad's a hard worker. He's always got stuff going on. He's always doing stuff. And like that wasn't necessarily appealing to them. It wasn't very appealing. And so they didn't gravitate toward the lifestyle. They liked the money, but they didn't gravitate toward the lifestyle. So if they don't have a passion for something, then them being able to receive it, they really won't receive it at the highest level that's going to allow them to be able to do great things with it. So I never pressed them. I always kept them around it, but never pressed them to know. So the one key thing is I would say is don't press your kids, but we have to lead by example. So how did I finally get them to begin to see? Well, what began to happen was what happened was when my oldest daughter, Taina, when she graduated from college, she was about, maybe a few months out before graduating, she said, and this was music to my ears, Dad, when I come home, when I graduate, I want to work with you in real estate. And I was like, like the heavens opened up. So when my daughter graduated and brought her home, I mentored her. That's what I did. I said, okay, I'm going to mentor her. Now's an opportunity to show her how to run the portfolios, how to manage properties, how to buy, how to sell, how to flip. Like, showed her how to do all of that stuff, how to manage construction teams and rehab projects. And then I realized, you know what? Like, I had a grandiose plan. Like, okay, so now that you're in, like, I'm going to show you how to flip and show you how I really made some serious money. And but after we finished that rehab project, the one rehab project, which I hadn't done one in years, I was like, nah, we ain't doing this. Because my grand plan was, okay, like, we'll do a bunch of these, and like, over the next year, we'll do 5 or 6 of them. We'll make, maybe, I don't know, maybe $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, and then, we can kind of scale up. And then you could show your brother and sister when they start graduating how to do it, and then we could have this grandiose plan. After the first one, I was like, nah, honey, we gonna flip it. And I said, but I need a little bit of time to figure out what we're gonna be doing. So what did we do? After just praying a lot about it and meditating on some things, the Lord showed me that Airbnb might have been the way, right? I didn't really know anyone doing it when I started, but there was a lot of talk around me for probably about a year and a half about it, and I'm like, I didn't even know what Airbnb was, honestly. And then so I said, let me just, because something about it is giving me reason to believe I should at least do a little bit more research. So I researched and I realized that there was something there. What I liked about it was it was simple. What I liked about it was you could generate a lot of cash flow if you do it properly. What I liked about it was there wasn't a ton of responsibility. What I liked about it was it's still in the real estate niche where most people, most multi-millionaires have been created in real estate. But here was the key: it was fun, right? It gave you the freedom, and I kind of researched a few people that I knew in the country that were doing at the highest levels, and I modeled a little bit of what they did. I started with a couple of my places, and it worked. And I was like, okay. And that was within the first week or two. And I was like, okay, there's something to this thing. So this is gonna work. I think we're gonna do this. And then what I did was did a little bit more research, learned how to scale without having to buy properties. And then I said, this is it. So within the next 6 months, we had gotten up to 21 listings with only 4 of the listings being my own. But then the other kids were watching, right? That's key. So they were watching, they saw how fun it was, how much now Dad had not only still a lot of money, but also more time, right? Not dealing with tenant issues and maintenance issues and construction projects and always gone. Like Dad, like we're doing things. And they gravitated toward it as well. And then eventually they ended up with their own portfolios. Why? Because they started asking me, Dad, do you think I could do this too? Because it really, for me, I just realized that like that's not the lifestyle I want to live. It's a lot of money. Like it's fun, but unless like if you don't want to be around and you always want to be managing and people and crews and projects and like, then that's for you. It's not for me. And honestly, I knew that there was a better way. It didn't have to be for them either. I didn't want them to grow up with a life where they start having kids and a family and they're so caught up in this piece that they don't really have the quality time that they want to be, that they should be able to spend. Right? I've already paid that price. And so now it's about you getting better. And that was it. So what I'll tell you is don't force them to do it. Set the example, and when you set the example, what they will do is they will follow. So I know that was a little bit long, but hopefully it was helpful. Family financial freedom. Oh, and by the way, if in fact you're interested in some other, I got some fundamentals, some foundations. I got also some fast tips and how to actually finish so that you're actually building wealth to the point where, as I mentioned, like I flew out here to Miami this weekend on a private jet. We'll be heading out in a little bit. Like now, getting to the point where you're generating millions and millions and millions of dollars a year, tens of millions of dollars a year, and now setting your families up for true generational wealth. If that's something you're interested in, you should just DM me, financial freedom or family, whatever. And then what I'll do is I'll get you the link to one of the challenges that I'm actually going to be doing, so that my family financial freedom challenge, so that we could spend a little bit of time together, and I'll show you how that all works out, and so that you could do the same thing for yourself as well. So with that, again, I hope that was helpful. God bless you.